This is the Stockwell Eldridge Show, giving you the real-time information you need to make educated decisions about buying and selling in the world-renowned Twin Cities. Now your hosts and real estate experts, Jason Stockwell and Don Eldridge.
Good morning, Minneapolis, St. Paul. You're listening to the Stockwell Eldridge Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. I'm Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results.
I'm Don Eldridge with RE/MAX Results.
And we have, as usual, another great show. We have great guests. We have Stephanie Havel back from Wells Fargo.
Hey, good morning.
How's it going?
It's going great. Great. Happy to be here.
Yes, and we have Ben Nelson, Farmers Insurance, back. Ben, how you doing?
I'm good. How about everyone else?
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Better than I deserve, as Dave Ramsey would say on the other station. We're better than we deserve.
Better than I. Yeah.
And we have Jay Roll here with Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you.
Jay's first time on the show, which is awesome to have a new guest. And we're going to go over a lot of valuable things that you can do for your home, for yourself, for any projects that you may have if you're doing remodels or new construction. We have an insurance expert in the house, a heating, plumbing, and air expert in the house, a mortgage expert in the house, and then two realtor experts in the house. So we have a lot of information for you.
Full house of experts.
Yes. All experts. Yes. So market update. We're right in the middle of the market in the summer. What's happening down in the market update?
Well, we have seen a huge increase, I think, in sales price, up 7.7% in the Twin Cities.
From last year at this time?
Yes, that's crazy. Up 6.1% in closed sales from this time last year, and down 2% in new listings from this time last year.
Let me see that. That doesn't sound right. No, I'm just kidding. So here's what it is, folks. New listings on the market or new homes for sales down 2% from this time last year. Pending sales are up 6%, so that's eating up those the lack of new listings. That's why the price is going up. So we're up 7% in our median sales price. And what's the median sales price here in the Twin Cities right now?
It's around a little over 200, right?
262?
No.
262.
Well, for this, it's 231.5 is the median. Sorry. And the average is 262. So we're at 231.5 for the median. That's for the month of April. For the year, it's 221 for the year. Okay. So we're almost back. I mean, that's about what it was in 06. So it's good.
Yeah.
And so not to be doomsdayer, but I went to an Edina Chamber of Commerce meeting, and I'm talking with a guy that I know who's in the financial world. And we're in the men's room, and we're talking, and he says, "Hey, how are things going?" I said, "Great. The market's great. Homes are selling. Look at these statistics." You know, I didn't have these statistics, but I just said, "Hey,
why didn't you bring him to the bathroom with you?"
Dawn has them on her phone. If you check us out on YouTube, she has them on her phone up all the time. But he said someone that he knows in the mortgage industry told him that after July, rates are going to go up. And his exact quote was, "It ain't going to be pretty." And I'm like, what are you talking? I mean, is it trying to be like a threat or a scare? Is it some, I mean.
Well, if I knew the answer to that, I'd be the richest woman in the world, right? If I knew where rates were going to go.
So Stephanie, our mortgage expert, will tell us what's going to happen in that.
Well, I think, thank you, Jay. I mean, I'm certainly not an economist by any means and into predicting rates. Just my overall resounding, I think it's what we talk about every week, you guys. I mean, it's a great time to be in the home buying industry. Wells Fargo has some great programs that we've rolled out. There's so much opportunity, and I think it really is coming down to those pending sales. But I can't reiterate enough, if you're thinking about buying a house, I would say rentals. I mean, I know rental property is skyrocketing, and with the rates as low as they are, the opportunity to buy a home is cheaper than it is to rent. And there's so many tax deductions and all kinds of great things that go along with being a homeowner. So the most important thing, if rates go up a little bit or go down a little bit, my favorite quote, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to go up or they're going to go down. The bottom line is they're still really amazing rates. So, talk to a Wells Fargo lender, get pre-qualified so you're prepared. So if that house, your rent lease comes up, then you're ready to go. You know exactly, okay, this is what our payment's going to be. If the rates do go up a little bit, well, then you're kind of prepared. We always tell people what your maximum amount that you're qualified for. It's up to you. Can you afford that payment? Do you feel comfortable making that payment? Are you going to pay off your student loans in your car in the next 6 months so that'll alleviate more money. So I think it's just more importantly not to focus on where rates are going, but get pre-approved for a house, for a payment and a house that you can afford, that you feel comfortable with.
Yes.
And if rates rise, well, then you work with your loan officer, and we'll, if rates tick up a quarter, well, then, okay, great. Let's have a conversation. Let's look at your pre-approval again. Or sometimes even property taxes can impact.
Yeah.
Or Ben, you could comment about homeowners insurance.
Yeah, homeowners, it's going up every year for everyone right now. Just because of all the hailstorms
don't
and
say
everything
that.
coming.
Well, and that can impact.
It's going to happen.
Well, and that could impact somebody's payment. That's what we say. We talk about interest rates. Well, property tax is going to go up. Insurance rates could go up. I mean, holy crap! My weight's going up, for crying out loud.
We're not going to talk about
Yeah, we
that
won't
right
go.
now.
So, anyways, my
That's
point
not
is,
an indicator for interest rates, is it?
is my weight. That's
Well,
what not.
Jason's is going down, so maybe that's an indicator.
Well, that ties in nicely, Stephanie, with our quote of the week. So our quote of the week is from Walt Disney, none other than the Walt Disney, who, if you don't know, is an American entrepreneur and animation pioneer. But anyway, Walt
Thanks
Disney.
for that. I wasn't sure. I was thinking I recognized the name.
Disney,
Walt Disney.
So anyway, quote of the week. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So a lot of you out there are thinking, oh, I'm thinking of selling, or, I heard it's great. I'm thinking. So you're talking, you're talking, which is great, but you actually have to start doing. You actually have to start getting in contact with us about selling your home. We're talking with people right now in Eagan that are reached out early. We're in preparation, and we're engaging them early on, and they're engaging us early on to start preparing their home for sale, even though they don't want to sell for about 2 months. So that's what you have to do, is start putting a plan into action. Same thing if you're a buyer. You have to start doing it.
Yes, get prepared. And it costs you nothing to talk to a Wells Fargo loan officer and get pre-qualified.
Yep.
And we have some really talented people. They'll walk through things with you. We've got resources. If you're not ready to buy, we have a program, My Home Roadmap, that can offer you free credit counseling from a nonprofit agency that's totally private, separate from Wells Fargo. We'll start get you in the process. So maybe you can say, well, I want to wait till September when my kids go back to school. Great. Like you said, let's start doing right now. Start gathering your stuff.
Start preparing, start
see
doing
where you're
things.
at.
Yep.
Work with an agent and say, hey, here's kind of what I'm looking at. Keep your eye open for me. So good point.
And also with the approval process, when you're actually ready to buy, get through underwriting, get further along than most buyers are. So when you're ready to make an offer, the agent can tell
Yeah, we
the
can
seller.
have, 30 days. Let's close that thing up and let's go.
And that's a huge upper hand in today's market
When
with
you're
all the
ready to
multiple
offer.
offers going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And you're ready. Absolutely.
So if you're just tuning in, folks, you're listening to the Stockwell Eldridge Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. You can call us, 651-400-0773, 651-400-0773. We YouTube this. Barry White is here YouTubing us every week. You can check us out on YouTube and watch us if it's more fun, or if it's not. If you're at church during that time at 10 o'clock on Sunday, then you can watch us on YouTube later and or listen to a podcast. And then
Sometimes we look better than we sound, I think.
I've heard that I sound a lot better than I look. But so you can, or you can go to the website, which is tcrealestatehour.com. tcrealestatehour.com. Our goal is to give you expert advice and information to make your home transactions easier if you're thinking of buying or selling, and also all kinds of other things in your life, whether it's chiropractic or having other companies and nonprofits on here as well to help other aspects of your life. So preparation is what we want to talk about today, and getting your home ready for sale, or if you're in the sales process and you have an inspection, what do you do and how do you handle that? And we're talking specifically with Jay. We're going to be talking specifically with Jay Roll about plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. So now air conditioners are on. So that's where it comes into play. Some sellers are like, oh, we got to sell quick in the spring before the air conditioning needs to get kicked on because we don't have it, or something like that, or it doesn't work. But what you want to do is make sure your home is up to snuff, meaning all of those things are taken care of. So, Dawn, maybe you can share about some of the things we do when we sit down with a seller that has time and they're going to prepare to sell. We recommend having inspections and things checked out ahead of time, right?
Yep.
Not waiting for it to come in at the last minute from the buyer.
Right. We actually have a checklist where we prepare the seller for success. And especially in today's market, if we can have the upper hand, radon is a huge hot issue in Minnesota right now. So sellers, we always recommend that you do a radon test up front, because as a buyer, and from personal experience as an agent representing buyers, if the house hasn't had a radon test, it tests positive for radon, the buyer's going to try to negotiate anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000 because their perceived value of a radon mitigation system is that much. In reality, a radon mitigation system is less than $1,500. So save yourself a $3,500 haircut. Another huge hot topic in real estate right now is chimney inspections, fireplace inspections. If you have wood burning, get it cleaned out, get it inspected. We've got some great people. If you have questions, you can give us a call, and we'd be happy to pass on some names for you. But I personally had a company come in and tell me my chimney was falling down. I was going to need $7,000 of work. I called up a friend of mine who owns a chimney company, and it was $1,200 in repairs. My chimney was not going to burn my house down, but it's kind of one of those things you have to be prepared and careful.
Well, and it is so important because even through like the loan process, I mean, an appraisal is upward of $500. And if that information gets called out on an appraisal, then it has to be fixed. So it's so important to have those home inspections and all that stuff done ahead of time so that you can work with your realtors, negotiating the price, because once that appraisal is done, then those items do have to get fixed. So absolutely get an inspection and get prepared with those things.
Preparation for the sellers, because and same thing with furnace, plumbing.
Yep. I always
air conditioning
recommend
inspections.
Get the furnace cleaned.
Because that stuff can come down the road on an appraisal easily, or for sure on a buyer's inspection, or both. And then it could blow. We've seen it. It blows up the sale. It can literally cost you the sale of your home, and then you're starting over again, going back on the market, and cause you more time. And some people, or if you are buying another home, this could wreck that. Or you're kind of in a pinch at the last minute, and then you have to do a last minute repair, and you may not know who to use or who to call for that, and then you'll end up paying a lot more, like Dawn said, for that repair, when you could have had it done ahead of time for much less if it was a planned ahead scenario. So when we come back, so here's the quote again, real quick, from Walt Disney: "The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing." So that's what we're going to do, is start doing. So when we come back, we'll introduce Jay Roll, get some history on him, what he does, and how he can help you. And we'll talk more with Ben Nelson and Stephanie Havel. You're listening to the Stockwell Eldritch Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. Here on AM 1280 The Patriot. I'm Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results.
Dawn Eldridge, RE/MAX Results.